Alright, today I'm going to talk about a few hacks I'm going to be performing on the Nakto F2. And I do want to say this might void your warranty, so proceed with caution. However, that said, I'm not your dad. So the first thing I did with the bike, not really a hack, is I added a bag in case I carry food or have an emergency request for boba. So the next item I have is a front mounted child seat, and I got this thing on Amazon, links in the description. I had to modify, tinker with it, cut it down a little bit to make it work. Other than that, it's best if I have something underneath to tighten it, but right now I just have some straps on the side and that'll work out. And for the larger children in the rear, they've got pegs, and it's okay if they sit in the back, and if they fall off, then well, they can get adopted, right? One thing I want to caution about this battery, okay, it's a big battery. However, it sits like downwards like this. And the issue with that is that you're pushing the pins downwards, and you just have to be careful that you're going into the slot. Look how many times I missed the slot, and that caused an issue actually. You can see this furthest one right here. It's not quite the same as all the others. And what happened is that the pin is bent. It is essentially damaged. So that means that when I'm riding, sometimes the bike will just shut off on me. And to get it working again, I have to take off the battery completely and then mount it back on. So what I'm going to do is just try to pry it back out with this little tool right here. It has to be really thin and skinny. Or if you have like something to floss your teeth, you can probably hook it and just pull it out. So unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as I thought. I have to take this thing apart. So I am just prying at it. See where it gives. There it goes. Okay, so I got it out, but how do I fix this? I'm not sure. So this thing is bent like crazy. You can't even connect to it, but alright. And before it gets too dangerous around here, I'm just gonna check the voltage because I don't want to make any sparks. Okay, so these are hot. So I just got to be careful that nothing touches each other. So even with this thing powered off, the on-off switch right here, it's on off. But these plugs are still hot. So what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to close it back up, but kind of. I'm going to isolate this cable. It's not going to accidentally touch or anything. So I'm just gonna push this on. So now if you look at this cable, you just have to fix this thing right here. Just bend it back. Right? I have a crimper. I don't have the best tools. So I just going to bend it back. Alright. So that's it. I just bent it back up. It's not pretty, but as long as I've got 4 of these pins touching the battery terminal all at the same time, I'm good. Alright, so the Nakto F2 does not have this rear light. However, I got this on Amazon, and it's just like a generic light that it's 6 through 60 volts. This bike is 48, so it'll work out. And what you gotta do is you open up the bike. Behind the controller is gonna be a spare line, and I don't know if it works, but I tested that line and it was producing 55 volts. So in theory, this should work as soon as I turn on the bike. All right, there's tight, so let's turn it on. Please don't blow up. Ah, is it working? Oh yeah. So downside is that light is producing 54 volts all the time. So this light is gonna be on all the time. Rather it be on all the time than not on at all. Only when the bike is on. All right, time to speed hack this guy, and you start by just holding both up and down power. Okay, so I'm gonna put the brightness on level 3, and I found this. Okay, Nakto doesn't provide anything to show what each setting means, but I do have this printout right here, and I got this from paselec. Okay, it's from a paselec e-bike, and let's just go over it. Okay, so P2 or 2P is for mileage unit, 3P is for voltage, 4 is dormancy. This is when it goes to sleep, and I guess mine goes to sleep after 10 minutes. Number 5 is really important. This is the PAS number, and this is how you speed hack it. You need to set it so that it goes to 9 gears. What I mean is that once it's set, I believe mine is set at 1, it can go to 9 pedal assist levels. And before we even get writing, there's only one more item that I want to tweak, and that is 6, and I set that to 23. This configuration is the wheel size. I set it to 23 so that it takes into account not only the wheel size but the rubbers, and I found out that 23 gave me the closest to matching my GPS, so I just want to keep everything consistent. 23 wheel size. All right, time to do a speed test. And yes, I will pedal for a bit because I just want to get up to speed really fast. You know, these e-bikes, sometimes they can take some time to get up to speed, but we're gonna see how fast it can go. My brakes are making some noise, but it is what it is. Let's just see how fast we can go. So I'm pedaling just because I want to get up to speed. All right, let's just coast. 24. Got up to 25 miles an hour, but it really had to take some time to get up to the full speed. That's just the way it is with this e-bike. Let's see if we can tweak this some more. Okay, let me take this off. So I found a few more settings in that little manual. There is like a power level, how much power, how much percentage of power you're gonna use, or no, that's speed, how much speed you want to go percentage wise, and amperage. I'm gonna adjust those, and let's just see if that makes any difference. So 12 is help start intensity. I just want to put that on the lowest of 1. Okay, 13 power, never mind, magnetic disc, steel disc type setting, controller limit value. Okay, so we're at 15 amps. I'm gonna increase this to, I'll go as high as I can. So this is the amperage, so it lets you go up to 22. So 22 amps times 48 volts. It's going to be a large number. It's going to be around 900-ish watts, and is it going to power that much? I don't know. Let's just see. All right, it is time to test this final change out. Hopefully it does something. I did adjust it to go higher than suggested, but we'll see. As it turns out, before I could even get the bike rolling, before I could even get recording, as soon as I pressed the throttle, the bike shut down on me. It went completely dead. I had to check the voltage, and there was nothing left. Was it the connector that I just repaired? Well, no, it wasn't. It
turns out it was the fuse. It simply burned out a 30 amp fuse. So I had to go to Harbor Freight nearby and
Alright, so I'm back from Harbor Freight and I got the fuses, and hopefully that takes care of this issue. 30 amps. Okay, put it back in. I'll let you see it first, alright? What is it? Alright, we've got voltage again. One thing I gotta do before I put this back together, I don't like that this thing could burn, and because of the metal to metal and it's melting. So I'm gonna tape this up just so that no more burns, right? Burning is not good on an e-bike. And hopefully it still works. Let's just plug it in. Whoa, whoa. And as for the 22 amp hack, I am gonna pass. I think 25 miles per hour is good enough. I don't really want to push the limit of this bike any further than that. The controller says it can do 22 amps, so you put a max of 22 amps, should work. However, the fact that I got the fuse burnt out the very first time I tried it, I'm not gonna push my luck.
as luck would have it, I accidentally left it at 22 amps and I was riding. And I noticed that because there was a lot more torque, that's it. I wasn't able to push the limits because, well, I was still tentative about pushing the limit and having the fuse go out, or at worst, having the controller burn. Anyhow, if you do that change, you can expect a lot of noticeable power, which might help in the higher top speed, which might help out carrying cargo, which might help out climbing hills.
So I've got the rear light going, I've got the bag going for a jacket or some boba, and I got the speed up to 25 miles an hour and a child seat. And if you like what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Take care.